everybody. I'm Joe Hartford.
And I'm Angie Singer Keating.
And this is
Data Security
Over Coffee. Nice. 2017.
And we have no coffee.
And we have no coffee. Thanks a lot, Mike. We appreciate it. So, we've gotten through the holidays. We start a new work year, and everybody's got all kinds of things in front of them. New projects and new customers and all of that kind of stuff. So, what I wanted to do today is I wanted to talk about your predictions in the IT security world for 2017, because I think that, sure, there's a lot of really smart people out there, but I think that having 15 years of experience in the trenches and dealing with data breaches one-on-one and then seeing people lose their mind over, something that was really simple that they could have solved on their own, I'm imagining that you've got some information you can share and some predictions that may be helpful. We normally have a sponsor for Data Security Over Coffee.
Yes, we do.
But we don't this time because
we have an announcement. Connie and I have been accepted to be speakers on the topic of vendor management in info security at the InfoSec World Conference in April in Orlando.
Wow.
It's huge, obviously. That's a big word in our world today. It's huge.
Yep.
And so we are very excited because it's going to be one of Connie's first times to be a headliner.
Wow.
And she has really, really come a long way in her ability to teach and present to a large audience. So very proud of her. She did the heavy lifting getting us accepted. And it is one of the most amazing conferences for learning. It's also Orlando, so the flights are cheap to get there, and if you can at all get your staff there, it's a great event to send them to for some really good education.
Very cool. Kudos to Connie.
Yes.
So let's get started. Let's take a look at what are your top 3 IT security forecasts for 2017. What should people be paying attention to? What's going to happen?
Well, I want to preface it with this is not FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, to scare anyone. These are just items that I think should be on our clients' radar that they should be thinking about. And I picked 3, because you would only let me pick 3.
I did.
And the 3 that I selected, the number one issue that I think all of us that rely on data, and who doesn't, data protection, we should be paying attention to what is going on in a geopolitical sense. The cyber terrorism, the risks of hacking by state-sponsored organizations, kind of the escalation, that has me concerned. And I want to make sure that our clients are really thinking about their business continuity and disaster recovery plans. That is something that may have been on the back shelf. It was something that was very big after 9/11. It's still important in many industry sectors, but it is something that you may have lost focus of. Time to dust off that plan and make sure that in addition to fire, earthquake, floods, those types of events, shooter, those are some of the ones that have been added. You need to really make sure that if we lose complete power off of the grid, what do your recovery mechanisms look like? Number 1. Number 2, cloud security is an area that is going to continue to be on everyone's radar. It is fantastic to move to the cloud, having those resources be scalable, whether you are programming and developing or whether you're storing lots of information. It's really, really crucial that we understand what cloud we're in. Have we bought it from a reseller who may be 3rd or 4th down the line in terms of liability or whose throat you're going to choke if something goes wrong? So with that said, the best way to plan for this is to really get your vendor management program squared away, making sure that you're understanding the third-party attestations and all of the different current credentialing that you want your vendors to have. And that's everything from ISO to SSAE 16 to SOC Type 1, Type 2 to NAID AAA certification in the world of information destruction. Every one of those areas, the more industry attestations you can get, the better. and make sure that they've got excellent cyber liability in policy that covers third parties, and that you see a copy of it and you're named as additional insured.
Okay.
Finally, last thing is that I want to talk about virtualization and what that means to our forensic incident response. Virtualization is something that concerns me in terms of the desktop environment, where we're using persistent or non-persistent connections. And the challenge is that if we're using virtual desktops, which can be very effective at controlling whether or not your employees can store data on their local computer, so the minute they log off, a non-persistent desktop is gone. And that way we don't have to worry about credit card numbers, social security numbers, sensitive data being left on that vulnerable machine. The problem is that when that connection is lost, so could valuable forensic evidence when we have any type of security incident. So we would really like people to understand what real-time forensic evidence preservation means. It is now affordable to organizations in the SMB space. It used to be something that only really Fortune 100 companies could dream of having. But we can preserve evidence in real time and be able to roll that tape back and do forensic analysis. This will really cut down on the data breach notification that is happening, where they don't really know there was a breach because all the evidence has been destroyed, but they have to notify anyway. So these are the types of things where we can help a client. Or they may have their own service providers or their own internal staff. These are all of the different areas that we can really help our clients be very prepared for 2017 and these top issues that I think will be out there.
So I'm going to put you on the spot, and you've got about 2 minutes to answer the question. So you've said geopolitical, you've said cloud computing, and you have said real-time forensics
due to virtualization.
Blah, blah. Okay. So I'm a normal, regular guy running a business that's worth about $5 million a year, and I've got 50 employees, and I got to tell you that all of the things that you said to me are foreign. Mm-hmm. So in a minute and a half or less, you tell me, because I'm your audience now, what am I supposed to do? I got a $5 million company, I have 50 employees, and everything you just said to me is foreign. So where do I get started?
The best thing to do is to vet and find a managed security service provider. That's what Reclamere does. We provide expertise in the form that you need it. We provide the tools, and we roll all of this into programs that would be far less expensive than you, Mr. $5 million business owner, going out and trying to hire a security expert. Right now, there's zero unemployment in that profession, and they go for about 100 to 150 grand a year. So getting experts to work with that you trust in the same way that you trust your CPA and you trust your accountant, that is what you should be doing now, so that you have that expertise and can protect yourself against all of these crazy things that I have just mentioned.
Okay, so that's fair. So we have you and Connie going to InfoSec.
Yes.
We've got 3 pretty cool trends or challenges that people should really pay attention to in 2017.
Yes.
Talking to a managed security services provider to get started, especially if you're a small company.
Oh my gosh, I mean, and we do free assessments. We give you tons of information to know what direction to go into.
So in closing, there's one thing that we will share, kind of a teaser for the next time we do Data Security Over Coffee. We're going to be introducing our new logo. There's going to be a story behind the logo, so not only for salespeople to be able to share with everybody out on the street, but also our employees. And I think it's going to be pretty cool.
It is.
It's going to directly tie to how we've changed and how we've evolved over the last 15 years. So hopefully be here in February for Data Security Over Coffee, and we'll roll out our brand new logo, and we'll also be talking about a number of brand new services and products that Reclamere has to offer its clients. So we are out of here.
Out of here.